Hello everyone. Now we have to discuss the most important part of this circuit analysis, that is network theorems. Sir, why we need this network theorems? So, we are having KVL, KCL, source transformation, mesh analysis, nodal analysis. So, in order to solve a network or a circuit, we have these types of modules. Then why we need this network theorems? Simply in order to simplify the circuit. Which circuit? The more complex circuit. In order to simplify the more complex circuit, we have to use this network theorems. Okay. So, we have total 9 types of theorems. Among these 9, only these 4 are very important for gate point of view. That is superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, and these remaining theorems are reciprocity theorem, Teligent's, Millman's theorem, compensation theorem and substitution theorem. But coming to these 4 are very important. So, why we need these theorems? In order to simplify the more complex circuit. Instead of using KCL, KVL or mesh or nodal, we are using this type of theorem to simplify the circuit, to reduce the time, consumption for solving a problem. For that we need this network theorems. So, first we have to discuss superposition theorem. Now, we have to discuss the concept of superposition theorem. So, this is the statement for that theorem, that is, if a number of voltage or current sources are acting simultaneously in a linear bilateral circuit or network. So, this is linear bilateral network. This theorem is applicable only for linear and bilateral networks, that is it. Okay. So, here we have voltage source, one quantity of current source. So, if a number of voltage or current sources are acting simultaneously in a network, then the resultant current in any branch, here we have 1, 2, 3 branches. So, the resultant current in any branch is the algebraic sum of the currents that would be produced in it. Means, so here I am considering a circuit. In that circuit, I have one quantity of voltage source, one quantity of current source and 3 branches of resistances. Means, at any case, we are going to activate one source, that is whether it is voltage source or current source. For example, in case 1, we have to activate this 10 volts voltage source, deactivate this 5 amperes current source. Then calculate the branch currents in this branch as well in this branch. That is it. That is case 1. In case 2, we have to activate this 5 amperes current source, deactivate this 10 volts voltage source. Then calculate the corresponding branch currents of these 3 branches. Later, we will add these 3 currents or subtract these 3 currents based upon the current direction, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. See the direction of the current of this circuit and add them or subtract them. That is the statement of this superposition theorem. Now, we have to solve this simple example. So, based upon this simple example, we have to see the stepwise procedure to evaluate a circuit by using superposition theorem. Okay. Now, let us solve this problem. So, before solving this problem, first we have to assume our current direction, right. So, we all know that here I am assuming a current direction of I1, that is anti-clockwise away from this node, here also I2 away from this node. Here the examiner provides the current direction is what, like this I3. See, it is towards this node, right. So, I1 is away anti-clockwise, I2 is also anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, I3 is nothing but anti-clockwise. Okay. So, I1, I2, I3 directions are taken. Then coming to the step 1, take only one independent source of voltage or current. It is our wish. First case, if we activate this voltage source, we have to deactivate this current source, or if we activate this current source, we have to deactivate this voltage source. That is it. Okay. and deactivate the other independent voltage or current source with their internal resistance and obtain branch currents. So, we have to replace, first case we have to activate this voltage source, right. We have to deactivate this current source, means we have to deactivate this current source with this internal resistance, or we have to deactivate this voltage source with this internal resistance. Then what is the internal resistance of voltage source or current source? See, when each source acts alone, replacing all other independent sources by their internal resistances. So, for a independent voltage source, it is replaced by what? Short circuit, right. What is meant by short circuit? That is R internal is equals to 0. For current source, it is replaced by open circuited, that is R internal is equals to infinite. We all know this observations, right. For voltage source, it is replaced by short circuited. For current source, it is replaced by open circuited. Why it is replaced by short circuited? That is 0. Why it is replaced by open circuited? That is internal resistance is infinite. That is it. So, what is step 2? Repeat step 1 for each and every independent source and calculate branch currents. So, simple. So, based upon step 1 and step 2, we have to solve this problem. First, initial stage itself. Okay. So, first here how many sources we have? 1 and 2. So, first we have to conclude that is only we have 2 cases. In each and every case, only one source should be active, remaining all other sources should be inactive. So, case 1. This is my approach. So, like this I have to solve the problem by using superposition theorem. First, case 1, activate 10 volts source, deactivate 5 ampere current source. This is my case 1, right. That is activate 10 volt source, deactivate 5 amperes current source. Then the circuit becomes what? Plus minus, we have a branch current, again we have a branch current, we have a branch current, this is open circuited. Why it is open circuited? We have to deactivate this 5 amperes current source with their internal resistance. Internal resistance is nothing but infinite, means what? Open circuited, right. So, this is 10, this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. Now, we have to assume our current directions from this circuit, that is it. This is the main circuit, given circuit. In that circuit, we have to assume our current directions. These are the assumed current directions I1, I2, I3, like that. In this case also, we have to provide proper current directions. So, it is our wish. Okay. Here I am considering I1 current direction as anti-clockwise. Here also I am providing the current direction as anti-clockwise or clockwise. It is purely our decision. Okay. Now, this is I1 dash. It is I1. It is I1 dash. Okay. Now, here I2 is what? Anti-clockwise. Now, here I am considering clockwise. It is purely our wish to consider the current directions. Okay. Here it is like this, upwards. Coming to I3, it is open circuited, there is no I3, that is I3 dash is equals to what? 0. Why it is equals to 0? Because it is open circuited, that is it. So, now we have to calculate the currents I1 dash, I2 dash, that is it. So, from this, what is I1 dash? See, to calculate these currents, we can use any method, whether it is mesh analysis or nodal analysis. So, this is node V. So, from this, I1 dash is equals to I2 dash, right. Entering current is equals to leaving current. What is I1 dash? See, V minus 10 by 2, which is equals to I2 dash is nothing but what? 0 minus V by 2. See the current direction, minus V by 2. So, 2 gets cancelled. From this 2V is equals to 10, right. From this 2V is equals to 10. So, V is equals to 5 volts. We got V is equals to 5 volts. That is it. Therefore, we have the voltage at this node. Therefore, I 1 dash is nothing but what? V minus 10 by 2, which is equals to 5 minus 10 by 2, which is equals to minus 2.5 amps. Like that, I 2 dash equals to what? See, minus V by 2, right? Minus V by 2, which is equals to, what is the value of V? This is also minus 2.5 amps. What is I 3 dash? And I 3 dash is equals to 0 amps. So, these are the currents. From this case 1, we got I 1 dash is equals to minus 2.5, I 2 dash equals to minus 2.5, I 3 dash equals to 0. That's it. This is case 1. Now, what is step 2? Repeat step 1 for each and every independent source. So, 10 volt source is activated, this part is completed. Now, it is time for 5 amperes current source, that is case 2. Right? What is case 2? Activate 5 amperes current source, deactivate 10 volts source. That is it. Then the circuit becomes what? So, voltage source is short circuited, right? Short circuited. This is activated, right? So, this is 2 ohm branch, 2 ohm branch, this is 5 ampere. This is given that this direction, that is now it is assumed as I 3 double dash, right. So, here I am considering same direction of that main circuit, that is I 2 double dash, clear. Now, it is I 1 double dash. See, here I am considering current direction of I 1 double dash is opposite to that of main current. The current direction is our wish, that is it. This is very important note point. Okay. So, I 1 dash is completed. So, I 1 double dash, I 2 double dash, I 3 double dash. This is V. So, from this, what is KCL equation? At this node, I 1 double dash is entering, sorry, I 3 double dash is also entering, which is equals to I 2 double dash, right. I 1 double dash entering, I 3 double dash entering, I 2 double dash leaving. So, what is I 1 double dash? That is minus V by 2 plus what is I 3 double dash given as 5, which is equals to what is I 2 double dash V by 2, right. So, from this V is equals to 5 volts, right. V is equals to 5 volts. Therefore, what is I 1 double dash? Therefore, I 1 double dash is nothing but minus V by 2, which is equals to minus 5 by 2 minus 2.5 amperes. What is I 2 double dash? Which is equals to V by 2 only, which is equals to 2.5 amperes. What? And I 3 double dash is equals to what? 5 amperes, given that 5 amperes. These are the values of currents from case 2. That is it. Okay. Next, we have to discuss step 3. This is step 3. To determine the net branch current, just add the currents obtained in step 1 and step 2 for each branch. Means we have to calculate this branch current I 1, I 2, I 3, right. For this, we have to get 2 cases. For each and every case, we are getting different branch currents for case 1, case 2, like that. So, to get this I 1, I 2, I 3, just we have to add these currents, that is it. If currents obtained in each step are in same direction, just add them, otherwise subtract them. See, here the current direction is our wish, right. So, see, this is the net current we have to calculate, this is the required quantity. So, in order to get this required quantity, we have to add them. When we are add them, see the current direction of this each and every currents if they are in same current direction of that main current, just add them. If the current direction of the corresponding branch currents is opposite to that of main current, just subtract them. See, here the main current direction is what? Anti-clockwise. Here assume current direction is nothing but what? I1 dash, same as that of I1. Coming to I1 double dash, it is opposite to that of I1, right? So, I1 dash current directions are same, but coming to I1 double dash, that is opposite to that of I1. Therefore, what is the equation here? To get I1, which is equals to I1 dash is same as that of, so place you have to consider as t is place. But coming to I1 double dash, it is opposite to that of I1, that is why I1 double dash, that is it. See, if currents obtained in each step are in same direction, so this is same direction of that I1, therefore, it is add, otherwise subtract. See, this the I1 double dash is nothing but the current in this case 2, which is nothing but opposite to that of I1, that is why you have to consider minus. So, like that, what is I2, which is equals to, see, I2 is downwards, here also, here I2 dash is upwards, that is minus I2 dash, clear. Next coming to I2 double dash, that is same as that of I2, that is plus I2 double dash. Like that, what is I3, which is equals to, see, I3 is anti-clockwise, but here I3 dash is nothing but 0. So, there is no proper direction, but we have to get I3 dash, see, plus I3 double dash, same as that of I3. So, these are the current equations. So, from this I1 is what? See, I1 double dash is what? Minus 2.5, minus 2.5, like that. I1 double dash again minus 2.5, minus minus plus, that is 2.5, which is equals to 0. Like that, I2 is equals to what? Minus I2 dash, minus I2 dash. See, minus of minus plus 2.5, 2.5 plus I2 dash plus 2.5, which is equals to 5 amperes. Like this, I3 is equals to what? I3 dash is nothing but 0 plus I3 double dash 5, which is equals to 5 amperes. See, I3 is nothing but he provided I3 is equals to 5 amperes. From this I3 is equals to 5 amperes. So, obviously, we got that value. So, these are the values I1, I2 and I3. I1 is 0, I2 is 5 amperes, I3 is equals to 5 amperes. Now, we have to verify this answer. Verification. So, from this main circuit, this is V, right. So, from this, by using nodal analysis, we have to calculate the currents I1, I2, I3, that is it, right. So, V minus 10 by 2 plus V by 2, which is equals to 5. See, I1, I2 leaving, I3 entering. So, I1 plus I2 is equals to I3, that is I1 plus I2, which is equals to I3. What is I1? V minus 10 by 2 plus I2 V by 2, which is equals to I3, right. From the circuit, this is the nodal equation. So, from this, what is the value of V? 2V minus 10 is equals to 10, 2V equals to 20, V is equals to 10 volts we got, V is equals to 10 volts. From this, V is equals to 10 volts. Therefore, what is the value of I1? See, V minus 10 by 2, that is 10 minus 10 by 2, which is equals to 0 amperes. What is I2? Simply it is V by 2, that is 10 by 2, which is equals to 5 amperes. What is I3? It is also given, that is 5 amperes. See, from this I1 we got 0 amperes from the superposition theorem. By using nodal analysis, we got 0 amperes, satisfied. Coming to I2, it is 5 amperes, 5 amperes, satisfied. Coming to I3, 5, 5. So, like this we have to verify our answers. This is about superposition theorem. Simple. First, What is the statement? If a number of voltage or current sources are acting simultaneously in a linear bilateral network. This is very important point. Okay. The resultant current in any branch is the algebraic sum of the currents that would be produced in it. So, this is the given circuit. For example, so here we have two sources, two independent sources. So, here we have two independent sources, means what? We have two cases. So, in each and every case only one source should be active, remaining other source should be deactive. So, step 1 is what? Take only one independent source and deactivate other independent sources by their internal resistances. So, this is case 1. Here I am providing a 10 voltage source is active, 5 amperes current source is deactivate. So, with respect to the circuit we have to calculate I1, I2 dash, I3 dash. So, this is current direction is purely our wish. So, if we consider the same current direction as that of main current or opposite to that of main current, that is purely our wish. Okay. So, based upon this we have to calculate I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash, that is it. Next case 2, now it is time for 5 amperes current source, that is active, this is deactivated by short circuited. Then we have to calculate I1 double dash, I2 double dash, I3 double dash. Later we have to add the currents depending upon the current directions of that main current direction, that is it. If the current directions are in same current directions of that current, just add them, otherwise subtract them. So, this is the currents for I1, this is the current for I2, this is the current for I3, that is it. Just after getting the values, simple we have to verify the answers by using simple method, that is nodal analysis. So, by using nodal analysis we have to get this V is equals to 10 volts, from this I1, I2, I3 0, 5, 5. So, all answers are satisfied. This is about superposition theorem. Next we will discuss this problem based on superposition theorem. Okay. We have to calculate the currents in each and every branch. Okay. Our current, let us say the current through this, what is the value of current through this 4 ohm branch. Okay. This is the question. Current through this 4 ohm branch by using superposition theorem. V is what? V is what? Okay. Let us start. How many voltage sources or current sources we have? 1, 2, 3. So, we have 3 cases, right? Solution. So, case 1. What is case 1? Activate source, deactivate all other sources, that is it. Therefore, the circuit becomes what? You can write plus minus, this is 3, this is open circuited, therefore, we have this branch, again 1 ohm branch, again 4 ohm branch, this is short circuited, right? Clear? So, this is active, this is open circuited, this is short circuited, therefore, this is 3 ohm, this is 4, this is 3, this is 1, this is 4, that is it. So, we have to calculate the current through this branch. So, I can assume the current direction upwards, it is my wish, okay, I1 upwards. Then, to calculate the current through this branch, we can use nodal analysis from this V. See, by seeing the circuit diagram, there is no current through this 4 ohm branch, right? Why? Because we here from here to here we have a short circuit path, here to here we have a short circuit path, therefore, the current like this, right. So, there is no current through this branch, there is no current through this branch, therefore, current I1 the current, let's wait, from this the circuit becomes what? Plus minus 3, 3, right. This is 1, this is 3, this is 3, this is 4. So, there is no 4 ohm branch, therefore, I 1 is equals to 0 amps. Clear? See, from here to here there is a short circuit path, always current prefers low resistive path. Therefore, whatever may be the current, that current should be leaving like this or should be leaving like this. Okay. Therefore, I 1 equals to 0 amperes from this case 1. Okay. Next case 2. Case 2. What is case 2? Now, we have to activate these tools. Activate 2 volts source and deactivate other sources. Therefore, the circuit becomes what? 4 ohms is short circuited, this is 3 ohm, this is also open circuited. Therefore, again 3 ohm branch, then 1 4, this is 1, this is 4, this is 1, finally, we have what? Plus minus 2 volts. Clear? This is the circuit. From this, now this is I 2. Now, it is time for I 2. Okay? Downward direction, same as that of I. So, from this, these two are connected in what? Parallel. Therefore, 3 into 3 by C, right. Therefore, what is the resultant? 3 into 3 by 3 plus 3, R 1 R 2 by R 1 plus R 2, that is 9 by 6, that is 3 by 2, which is equals to 3 by 2. Therefore, the circuit becomes what? Plus minus 2 volts, 4, 1, 3 by 2. Or see, by seeing this voltage source is present across this 4. Therefore, this is plus minus, this is 2 volts, right. Therefore, the current, this is the I 2. Therefore, the current I 2 is what? From this I 2 is equals to what? There is no use of simplifying this circuit. Obviously, from this circuit 2 volts is present across this 4 ohm, that is why 2 by 4, that is 2 by, which is equals to 1 by 2 amps. So, I 2 is equals to 1 by 2, completed. Okay. Next, case 3. Now, it is time for case 3. Case 3, this is active, these two are deactivated. Activate 1 ampere source and deactivate other sources. Therefore, the circuit is 3, this is 1, this is 3 ohm, this is as it is 3, again 1, again 4, this is short circuited. Now, here I am considering upward direction, this is I 3 now, okay. This is 4, this is 1, this is 1 ampere, that is it, this is the circuit, right. So, from this there is no use of this circuit. Why? Here also we have short circuit path, there is no use of this. Clear? If we consider a nodal analysis, this is the node, we minus 0 by simple 1, V by 1, that is it. The current is nothing but V by 1. There is no current through this branch. Therefore, I 3 is equals to 0 amperes. I 3 is equals to 0 amperes. So, I 1 is 0, I 2 1 by 2, I 3 is equals to 0 amperes. So, we have 3 cases, that is 3 cases are completed. Therefore, the net current that is net current I is equals to, see the current directions, I is what given as downward direction, this is upward direction, that is minus I 1, clear? It is upward, given direction is downward, that is why it should be taken as negative. Now, coming to I 2, it is same as that of I, that is why plus I 2. Coming to I 3, it is upward, that is minus I 3. Therefore, I is equals to, what is I 1 0 plus what is the value of I 2 1 by 2, what is I 3 0. Therefore, the current through 4 ohm branch is nothing but 0.5 amperes. The current through 4 ohm branch is nothing but 0.5 amperes. Problem is over. Now, we have to verify this answer. So, we got 0.5 amperes as the main current through this branch, 4 ohm branch. Now, we have to verify this answer. Verification. Then see the circuit. This is the voltage across this 4 ohm branch. This is one node, but there is no need of solving the entire circuit. See, this 2 volts is present across this 4 ohm branch, but we need the current through this branch. So, we have a voltage value, we have a resistance value. Therefore, the current through this 4 ohm branch is nothing but what? 2 by 4. Current through this 4 ohm branch is nothing but 2 by 4, which is equals to 0.5 amperes. See, the answer is satisfied, right? So, by looking at the circuit, we can able to tell what is the current through this 4 ohm branch. We no need to solve this entire cases, case 1, case 2, case 3. By seeing the circuit, we can able to tell what is the current through that 4 ohm branch. Just for understanding what is superposition theorem, here I am explaining all these 3 cases. Now, we have to solve this problem. This is the problem which is having independent voltage sources or current sources with dependent voltage source. Okay. So, find V naught. So, we have to calculate this V naught in the network using superposition theorem. So, this is given, this is plus minus, this is V naught. We have to calculate this V naught. So, we have how many sources? We have 3 sources, 2 voltage sources, 1 current source. So, we have 3 cases. So, solution. Case 1. Case 1, what is case 1? Activate 10 volt source. So, there is no need to write anything in detail for each and every problem. It is your duty. Okay, you have to write everything in detail in the exam. So, activate 10 volt source. Therefore, the circuit becomes plus minus. This is open circuited. So, this is 2. This is short circuited, only we have 1 plus minus. This is the circuit, right? So, this and this one are deactivated. This is 10 volts, this is 5, this is 2, this is 1, this is V naught by 2. So, from this we have to calculate V naught. So, this is nothing but V naught, right? So, this is the voltage at this point. So, that is nothing but V naught. Therefore, by using nodal we can calculate V naught minus 10 by 5 plus V naught by 2 plus V naught minus, this is voltage control voltage source, that is nothing but voltage value, V naught by 2 by 1, which is equals to 0. So, this is V naught by 2, okay. V naught minus by 5, this is V naught by 2, this is also V naught by 2. Therefore, simply it is V naught which is equals to 0. From this 5 V naught plus V naught minus 10, 6 V naught minus 10. Therefore, 6 V naught which is equals to 10. So, V naught is equals to what? 5 by 3 volts. V naught is equals to 5 by 3, that is it. This is 1, right. So, from this case 1 we got V naught as 5 by 3 completed. Then case 2. Case 2, activate 1 ampere current source. Activate 1 ampere current source. Then the circuit becomes, this is short circuited, this is 1 ampere current source, clear. Again we have a branch, then short circuited we have 1 ohm branch. This is dependent source which is having 4 V naught, sorry V naught by 2. This is 1, this is 2, plus minus, this is V naught, we have to calculate, this is 1 ampere, this is 5 ohm. Alright. Again we have to apply nodal analysis. So, this is nothing but V naught, right. So, 1 ampere is leaving from this node, again V naught by 5, V naught by 5, this is leaving, plus coming to this V naught by 2 plus V naught minus V naught by 2 by 1, that is nothing but V naught by 2, which is equals to 0. So, V naught by 2, V naught by 2, V naught, therefore, V naught by 5 plus 1 plus V naught is equals to 0. From this is 6 V naught plus 5 is equals to 0. So, V naught is equals to minus 5 by 6 volts. So, from this case to V naught is equals to minus 5 by 6. Okay. Next case 3. What is case 3? So, this one completed, this one completed. Activate 4 volt source. Activate 4 volts source. Therefore, the circuit becomes, this is short circuited, this is 5, again this is open circuited. Now, it is time for 2 ohm branch. Next 4 plus minus, this is plus minus V naught by 2, this is plus minus 2 ohm, this is V naught. So, this is V naught, this is 5 ohm branch, this is 4 volts, right. By using this V naught by 5 plus V naught by 2 plus V naught minus V naught by 2, sorry, here we have 4 volt source. From this we have to write V naught by 5 plus V naught by 2 plus V naught minus 4, V naught minus 4 minus V naught by 2, right, by 1, which is equals to 0. From this V naught by 2 minus 4, we got V naught by 5 plus V naught minus 4 is equals to 0. We got this. Okay. Therefore, V naught plus 5 V naught, 6 V naught minus 20 is equals to 0. From this V naught is equals to 20 by 6 volts, 20 by 6 volts. V naught is equals to 20 by 6. We got V naught as 20 by 6. So, we have 1, 2, 3. Therefore, by superposition theorem, V naught is equals to V01. It is better to write. Now, it is time for V01. This is V02. This is V03. Okay. This is V01. This is V02. Now, this is V03. Okay. Therefore, V02 plus V03. Therefore, V naught is equals to, what is the value of V01? 5 by 3, V02 minus 5 by 6 plus 20 by 6, which is equals to, can write 10 by 6 minus 5 by 6 plus 20 by 6. So, 10 plus 20, 30 minus 25 by 6. Therefore, answer V naught is equals to 25 by 6, that is 4.167 volts. The answer is 4.167 volts. The answer is 4.167 volts, right. Now, we have to verify this answer. Verification. Verification. This is the circuit. From this we have to calculate V naught. Therefore, this is V naught, right. From this, what is the equation? V naught. V naught minus 10 by 5 completed. 1 ampere current is leaving, completed. Next, V naught by 2. V naught by 2 completed. Next, this part, V naught plus V naught minus 4 minus V naught by 2 by 1, which is equals to 0. So, this is the K nodal analysis from this circuit. So, V naught minus 10 by 5, 1 ampere is leaving, plus 1 plus V naught by 2 plus V naught minus 4 minus V naught by 2 by 1, that is it. So, from this V naught minus V naught by 2, V naught by 2. So, V naught by 2 plus V naught by 2, V naught minus 4. So, the entire from this entire is nothing but V naught minus 4, clear. So, V naught minus 4 plus 1, V naught minus 3. So, from this V naught minus 10 by plus V naught minus 3 is equals to 0. From this 6 V naught minus 10 minus 15. 6 V naught minus 10 minus 15 is equals to 0. From this 6 V naught is equals to 25. Therefore, from this V naught is equals to 25 by 6 volts, which is equals to 4.167 volts. The answer is verified. By using superposition theorem, we have 4.167. By using simple node analysis from the circuit, we got 4.167. Therefore, the answer is verified. This is about superposition theorem. Let us discuss the limitations of superposition theorem. So, first point is, this theorem is used in solving a network where two or more sources are present and connected not in series or in parallel. So, for example, if we consider so, this circuit is valid. This circuit is valid for applying superposition theorem. So, what is the statement meaning is, means for example, if you have a voltage source, then we have a current source. If the circuit is like this, it is not applicable for the superposition theorem. So, in order to apply superposition theorem in the circuit, we have to get equivalent circuit. So, if the circuit is like this, we have to get first the equivalent circuit model. So, from this, what is the equivalent circuit model? Plus minus, we have a voltage source and we have a current source, or depends upon the more dominant source, we have to get the circuit like this. So, then only we can able to apply the superposition theorem. So, at this condition we are not able to apply superposition theorem. That is the meaning of this statement. So, this theorem is used in solving a network where two or more sources are present and connected not in series. Okay. Next point is applicable to linear and bilateral networks only. We all know that linear network should be satisfied principle of homogeneity and superposition principles. Next, only one source is active at each and every case. So, this is the one of the limitation, only at an each. For example, in this case we have two sources. So, in each case only one source is active. So, what that is one limitation. Okay. Next, can only be used to determine current and voltage calculations, but not power calculations. Why? This theorem is applicable for linear circuits only. So, what is the voltage is proportional to I. So, this is nothing but linear, right? Linear combination. But coming to power, P is equals to I square R. So, from this P proportional to I square, or P is equals to V square by R. From this P proportional to V square. See, the relation between voltage and current is linear, V proportional to I or I proportional to V, but coming to power, it is proportional to I square, it is proportional to V square. So, this is what? Quadratic in nature, right? Quadratic in nature. This is linear in nature. That is why superposition theorem is not applicable for power calculations. So, these are the limitations of superposition theorem.